I had a good talk with a friend a couple days ago, and he sounds a lot like me, where he's like wishing for people to be better, and he was talking about some of his like traits, like some of his attributes, and he's like a balanced individual, right? He tries to get better at some of the things that he's bad at, or he like tries to think or tries to see the deeper picture within the world. And that's like, what's that one phrase? I think it goes, a master of none is better than a master of one, or however the phrase goes. Yeah, let me actually see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that phrase because I don't want to fuck it up. It's the fucking jack of all trades. Oh my god, I can't believe I couldn't remember that. Yeah, the jack of all trades is a master of none, but it's better than a master of one. And it's funny how society actually views that like shit. Like they just do not believe that. Like, you'll see a star athlete that literally all they can do is just be an athlete. And yet they're praised. They're like, this person is amazing. You deserve the world, yada, yada, yada. And then they go outside and they can't even like remotely work on their car or like, you know, just listen to their dialogue. They sound like fourth graders. Like they have no sort of, I mean, this kind of sounds rude, but they a lot of them don't even like think. And some of that comes down to the fact that yes, they're getting their asses whooped or like their heads beat in or whatever, and they get like brain damage, which I feel very bad for them. But at the same time, like, wouldn't you want to improve all aspects of your life instead of just like picking the skills or the attributes that you are good at already? Like, granted, yes, it's nice to push those attributes beyond and get something truly great, but like, why would you do that? Like, why, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just like picking one and being like, this is going to be my main thing, if you pick everything, you can be more independent, right? You don't have to rely on others, because I sort of learned that the hard way, like growing up. Like, if I'm relying on somebody, they're just going to treat me like shit. Like I've said before, I have a narcissistic father. So, every time he was like, oh, come help me with something, it'd be the most insane shit you've ever seen. Like, I'm on a roof in fucking tennis shoes, a metal roof in tennis shoes, like getting ready to fall off. And he's like, so be it. It's like, so be it. Like, I'm going to fucking die. So, like, I don't want to depend on others or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. I'm not gonna be like at the whim of others or like, trusting in them to save me if they can't save themselves. If they have no love for me, why would I try to listen to them? Why would I even remotely entertain any of their ideas? Because it just doesn't make sense. I mean, there's no point of even trying to negotiate with them if they're not willing to come to the table in the first place. I think that's a lot of my point. But yeah, he's a very balanced person, and society shuns us. It shuns us because we're not really particularly good at anything. I mean, we are good at things, but I mean, like, it's not. I'm not the greatest mechanic ever, but I understand the internal mechanisms or like how they function and belts and everything else. And like I said, I'm not necessarily a carpenter, but I'm a woodworker, right? Where like, I wouldn't know the exact framing specifications, like, what is it, 24 on center, 12 on center, like the actual, like, down to the brass tacks of the mathematics and making sure everything's whatever square. But like, I can understand what I just told you, right? So like, I have a base balanced understanding of it. And yet that's not seen as good enough because it's not amazing, right? Like, because we're like ants, where ants have particular roles and like they can diversify themselves. If you don't diversify yourself, you're seen as kind of like a drag on something, like a drag on society, which is a shame because a lot of people don't understand like emotional EQ as well. They sort of just pass over that, which is pretty retarded. I think once again how we value things is just so ass. It's just so awful. Because once again, when you take it to its logical conclusion, it's a society that fails every time. If it does not function for the long term, why would I accept it? right? Like if the goal is try to survive as long as possible, like even, you know, people try to do that, like even now, like they're not, really the only people who are doing that are the Muslims. They're strapping bombs to themselves. But like 9 times out of 10, people are trying to avoid accidents, or like they're trying to avoid the tree or whatever. And, people will try to save themselves for as long as possible. So why would you not try to do the same for the culture? Why would you not try to do the same for the society, for the governing structure, like anything? Like, why would you not try to do that for relationships? For loved ones. Well, if you're not looking for the best outcome, what the fuck are you doing? Like, seriously, just think about it. What are you doing? And unless your goal is destruction, which then we know what team you bat for. So, whatever. So long sucking on the enemy team. I don't know. It's annoying that the way society shuns those who try to get better. So, like, granted, yes, if you try guitar and you just can't get any better, like just don't even fuck with it anymore. Or like at a certain point you have to be like, okay, I'm never gonna be good at this, right? Like I just know I'm never gonna be good at snowboarding. I ski, I like skiing, but the balance thing, I have a lot of trouble with it, and I feel like it's gonna take me longer to learn snowboarding than it is to just continue to ski. Right? So like sometimes there are certain things where you have to just dump the thing that doesn't make sense. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I mean, why, if you're like, hey, I'm interested, like me, I make wine sometimes. I make mead. Like, why, I had no clue how to do that at first. So I had to research a little bit, and then I got better, and now I can make a pretty good batch of mead. Sometimes they flunk, sometimes I didn't clean properly or whatever. Or something goes wrong with the batch, or whatever, whatever I use for the vegetables, fucking hell, for the fruits and what the hell would you call that? Not preservatives, but like additives. So sometimes stuff can go wrong there. But yeah, like I don't know, I'm just disappointed again. Once again, I'm fucking disappointed because nobody can see with eyes to see, and I say that a lot. But seriously, like, once you understand how the game is played, it's so easy to see who is actually fucking retarded and who isn't. And I don't mean to get mean or mad again, because I seem like I'm constantly mad anymore, but I'm just so disappointed that you can't, like, you have this conversation with anybody in your life, and what do? They shut you down. They act like, oh, well, what's going to be on Jersey Shore tonight? It's like, why would I give a shit about Jersey Shore when, the ship is sinking? The mast is falling apart. I just watched it decapitate a guy. Like what the fuck are we doing? So, anyways, yeah. All right. Sorry about that. Have a good rest of your day.